welcome back. Yeah, what do you see behind me? That's something that concerns you. We did promise you conversations that are relevant and current, and that's what we're doing. Food security is up next, and we've been talking about food security from the perspective of the crops, especially with the flood. We've seen what it's done to farmers. But now, with the volatility in the price of grains, what has been happening to our poultry? Well, we have joining us here someone who will give us first-hand information, the Managing Director of OTAP Synergy Farms and Agro Allied Limited, Mr. Salam Habib, joining us in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Habib.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for your time. How is poultry? This time hasn't been good for a lot of farmers. We've seen what the flood has done, but we've also seen in your own part now the price of grain, which is a major ingredient to feed the poultry. What's the updates in your space?
All right, thank you very much. I think most importantly, we should look at the reasons why we have this high increase in the cost of grain. Presently, Nigeria is producing about just 10 million metric tons of maize locally, and we actually need about 15 million metric tons of maize in Nigeria. In fact, about 75% of these grains that are produced locally are actually being used by the poultry industry, because that poultry industry alone is the most arranged subsector of agriculture in Nigeria, and there is no way you are going to make animal feed. The least maize that you can use in any animal feed is about 60% of the total mix of the feed. So what are the challenges that is facing? One, we have the challenge of low yield. Presently in Nigeria, we are not producing what we are supposed to be producing. Our yield per hectare is about 2 tons per hectare, while other countries are doing about 10 tons per hectare. So, and also the insecurity, the banditry event, the flood, and the war between Russia and Ukraine is also because we import most of this maize from Russia, Brazil, and America, and the United States of America. So we really need to look into investing locally on how to improve our yield in terms of maize production in Nigeria. We need about 15 million metric tons. Nigeria is using
metric tons every day, every year?
No, annually. 15 million metric tons annually. That is what we need. And there is also an opportunity for export, because while other African countries are bringing in other countries beyond Africa are bringing in maize into Africa, we can actually do a local production. Nigeria can actually export to other African countries, and we can make half our dollars from it. So
yeah, when you say we need to invest, what specific areas do we need to focus on?
All right. Number one, we need to start mechanizing agriculture in Nigeria. Presently, Nigeria has the tractor per hectare for a farming household in Nigeria is 0.78%. The FAO requirement is 1.5 horsepower per hectare. So we really need to have fully mechanized farms that can actually do the job, not these smallholder farmers, not these subsistence farmers that are doing the farming presently.
So is it possible for instance, as an individual, I decide to be an investor, is it attractive enough for me to say, I have a park where I just have tractors and then farmers can come and hire? Is it a good investment from your perspective?
Yes, it is. It is. Presently, we don't have enough tractor hiring companies in Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, the big companies that are into the production of tractors, we don't really have them here in Nigeria, staying here in Nigeria. The most commonest one is Mr. Ferguson, and I don't think they really have their assembly
Why
plan.
do you think, I mean, we have a lot of Nigerians who I think have funds and they're looking for investment where they can multiply their money. Why do you think it's not catching their attention?
Because of the technical know-how, because of the risk involved. And basically, that's the reason why most people doesn't really want to invest in agriculture. As we speak, the Nigerian demand for poultry, our local production is meeting just 30% of our demand in Nigeria. There is vast opportunity in that area, just 30%. Nigerians are only consuming 60, on the average, per capita, 60 eggs per capita, as against, compared to what they are consuming in the United States as an individual, 250 eggs per capita. Nigerians are consuming 0.7 kg, 1.7 kg of meat, broiler meat, per capita, while in the United States, they are doing about 50 kg per capita as individual. So the opportunity is there, but the risk, we need to mechanize. And even the risk comes down to the issue of mechanization and making sure that agriculture is attractive to the youth and the investors.
All right, I guess that's what we're trying to do here. Mr. Salam Habib, the Managing Director of OTAP Synergy Farms and Agro-Allied, will preach the message here and make it plain that this is an opportunity, for investors to come and help mechanize the agri sector.
And of course, very important.
It will mean more food and on the table of Nigerians at affordable prices too. That's very important.
Because there will be a lot of competition when you mechanize. There's going to be a lot of production. We can actually look into export as well.
And it will reduce the demand on FX. And help to boost the value of Naira.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I guess it's a win-win. Thank you so much, Mr. Salam Habib, for your time this morning.
All right, thank you.
All right.